Ellen was 13 that summer, which meant she was too old for most things but still too young for others, which is the exact age when life feels both boring and terrifying at the same time. Her little brother Leo was 10 and thought that if you had enough string and duct tape, you could probably solve most of life's problems. They lived in the old yellow house at the edge of town, the one with the porch that leaned forward slightly, like it was listening to you but didn't really care what you had to say. The porch had been broken for years. Their dad always said he'd fix it when there's time, but there was never time. That summer, their parents were busy arguing about money in the polite, quiet way that adults argue when they think kids aren't paying attention. So one morning, over slightly burnt toast, Ellen just said it. "We're going to fix the porch." Leo blinked at her. "Us?" "Yes." "Why not?" Leo grinned. "Do we have a plan?" "Of course not. Plans are for people who know what they're doing." That's how it started. They stole tools from the shed like bandits and flip-flops. Leo wore a red cape for reasons he refused to explain, and Ellen tied her hair back like she was about to go into battle. Neither of them knew a thing about carpentry, but they knew how to argue, and arguing, it turns out, is very important when fixing porches. They argued about nails. They argued about the hammer. They argued about whether Leo could use a plank as a sword. He could not. But somewhere between the mistakes and the splinters, they started laughing. They made up names for the broken steps. The wobbler, the death trap, the one that definitely has bees. They invented games to make the work go faster. Hammer 3 nails, tell a secret. Lift a board, make a wish. It wasn't perfect. The boards didn't line up right. The porch still leaned like someone who had stayed too long at a summer party. But it didn't matter. When their parents came outside that evening, arguing softly about bills again, they stopped. What are you two doing?" their mother asked. Not angry, just tired. "We're fixing it," Ellen said simply. "We're fixing the porch." Their dad stared at the uneven boards, the bent nails, the child-sized hammer marks. And then, for the first time in weeks, he laughed. Just once, soft and short, like someone remembering how. Something shifted after that. Their parents started helping. Proper tools came out, real nails. Someone finally brought lemonade. By the end of the week, the porch wasn't perfect, but it was standing straighter. They sat on it at night, all 4 of them, listening to the crickets and the occasional car passing on the road. That summer didn't fix everything. The bills still came. The grown-ups still argued sometimes. But when Ellen sat on that slightly lopsided porch, with Leo beside her, cape fluttering faintly in the breeze, she knew something important. Sometimes fixing things isn't really about fixing things. It's about reminding people that you can. And sometimes that's enough.